Okay, Khan. All right, Shalom, Israel. Yahabashimi Ashabakatham. I'm Soldier Kazak with Sons of Zion, Houston.
Soldier Kasadi with Sons of Zion, Houston.
I pray the Most High. Hey, pardon the background noise. I am at work currently, but the word must come out, right? So Shalom. All right. Hope everybody is doing well, and that they had a thorough examination on this previous Day of Atonement, right? All praise to the Most High, right? So today we have another episode of Faith by Works, where we study the law, statutes, and commandments week in and week out, the milk of the word, so that we can learn how to serve the Most High God in deed and in truth, right? We can't stress it enough that the law means nothing. Keeping the commandments means nothing if you don't have faith, right? But you prove your faith in the Most High God by showing forth the works, because love is what? Indeed an action word, right? So the title of today's lesson is, all right, and in the rivers and in the seas, or in the seas and in the rivers. Okay. Previously on Faith by Works, we had an episode where we dove into the law regarding eating the swine, right? And as you continue in the 11th chapter of Leviticus, we see how it is important, right, to eat, all right, fish with fins and scales when they come out of the water, right? In the bodies of water, the rivers, the seas, all right, the streams, and so on and so forth, all right, because the Most High God gives us laws, statutes, all right, and when we violate these laws and these statutes in accordance to the dietary laws, we suffer from what? Right? All of the many different diseases that is not mentioned in Deuteronomy. Okay, gout, all right, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all right, and the list goes on and on. Our people are in the hospital and they have cancer and they have heart disease and all of these different diseases because we don't follow the dietary laws and take care of ourselves the way the Most High God wants us to take care of ourselves, right? So let's dive straight into it, all right? This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. And it reads, "And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to Yahweh, the Father by Him." Right? So everything that we do is by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Everything. The way we speak. All right? All right? The way we think. All right? And everything that we put our hand to. We need to question the motive. We need to examine our steps. Right? We need to carefully speak. Make sure we're not offending the Most High God in any way, shape, or form. Everything that we do it in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's why we say, call Halal Yahweh, by Hashem wa Malak Yahweh Shai. All right, giving all honor and glory in the Paleo Hebrew, all right, to the Most High God, all right, by way of His Son, the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. All right, and pardon the screen going black every time I bring out the word, bring out articles, and jump into videos. Why? Because I'm switching. All right, I'm using my phone this week because I'm out and about. All right, so this is the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 14, and it reads, "What does it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him?" So can faith alone save you? Right? Can you even say that you have faith in the Most High God and not do what He say? Right? It's an imbalance. Just like on the opposite end, if we doing all of the works in the world, we're doing good deeds, but we show a lack of faith, right? That's a bad that's an imbalance as well. So we have to have faith and works, all right, simultaneously, right? Going down to verse 17, James 2 and 17, it says, "Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead being alone. Ye, a man say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works." So repetitively, consistently, all right, time and time again, we cannot stress it enough, right? We show our faith, our belief, right, and our fear for the Most High God in keeping His commandments, doing the fruitful works, right? This is First John chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, "My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth." Right? And you could precept also that to Psalm 119 and verse 97. And it reads, oh how love I thy law. It is my meditation all the day, right? So, all right, if you love the Most High God, you love what He loves, all right, and you hate what He hates. It's important that we keep His law, statutes, and commandments. We love His commandments, His ways, and we meditate on them day in and day out, just like Joshua 1 and verse 8 says, right? So, what is the commandment of the week? As we said briefly before, it says the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and we're going to start at verse 9. And it reads, These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. All right. So, like we said before, we definitely going to tap into, all right, Leviticus 11 and 9 through 10. All right. And I also want to, you know, uh, push your attention also on the video that Brother Aharan has done recently. It should be in your description box of this live video. Just go to the description box below and you can click on that and watch it on your free time. You know, tap into that after you watch this live broadcast, okay? Because Brother Aharon eloquently put on how we're not supposed to eat certain foods, right? Today we're specifically going into, you know, what's in the season in the waters, but he breaks down the whole chapter, I believe. So tap into that as well. Today we're gonna actually give you a visual. All right, we're gonna show you some pictures, some videos, some articles, proving, right, and showing the parallel of how that brother broke down Leviticus chapter 11. All right, so all right, let's get into it. First, I want to show you an article. All right, this is the diet of the crayfish. You also know it as crawfish, crawdads, or some people even call them mud bugs. Right, vegetation and dead decaying animal matter. They are considered omnivores and make the water clean for other fish to dwell and survive. All right, so let's click on this real quick. Let's see. Let's see. I got limited options on here on my phone. All right, King, I'm at the lean on you. Click on that first link in the notes. We're gonna go to www.ecospark. All right, .ca. Right, for fair use, we're going to ecospark.com. All right, got to put that in there so we don't get copyright. You know, and hey, man, me and the brother was speaking right before we went live. Right, I want y'all to understand how difficult it is to gather articles and videos on shining light on how nasty these organisms are, because the world, right, and we got to get that, brother. Can you get that for me, right? I want to say it's in First John, right? How we're supposed to hate, all right, the world, and the Most High God tells us to love not the world, because this actual world that we live in, right? They want you to wear the rainbow flag in June. Okay. They want you to eat abominable foods, right? They want you to break the Sabbath day and drink yourself to death on Friday nights and on Saturdays, you know what I'm saying? They want you to go buy a hot dog and go to football games and baseball games and all this and that and the third. The world is set up for you to break every single commandment of the Most High God as an Israelite, right? But what does the scripture say? Go ahead, King. Bring it
Hey,
out.
Slot. Hey, I want to bring out this one in James, if you don't mind.
Through the spirit, King. Get your precept.
Let's go to James chapter 4. I'm going to start from the top.
Uh,
It says, From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence even of your lusts that war in your members? Ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lusts. Verse 4, ye adulterers and adulteresses, Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. At the end of the day, like the brothers was bringing up, it's difficult because this world, all it does is feed your lust. It feeds your lust. We all know that saying. Grandma used to say it all the time. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Well, what do they do in this? All right, let's keep it in context for sake of time.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do with these abominable foods that come out of the waters? They say, hey, that's a delicacy.
Right.
They put it in front of you, and what do they do? They make it rare, and they put a high ass price tag on it.
Yep. Decorate it all nice and then give it to you with some wine, some butter sauce.
Legit, you got to. You can only get certain, like a lobster, right? For instance, you got to go to a
Mm-hmm.
fancy restaurant to get a good lobster or a good king crab, right? They make it look at they make it look as if it's a status symbol. They literally
Mm-hmm.
put glitter on shit, and we desire it. That's what the world does to you. It feeds your lust. You right there.
That's right. That's right. Hey, the brother was bringing out some mighty points, man. And you know what's so crazy, right? And my rib will tell, my rib will tell you, right? She cannot stand the sound of me killing a roach for her. Like, babe, it's a roach right there. And then when she hears the crunch, the pop, it drives her crazy, right? Well, where we cracking open, you know what I'm saying, the shell of a crab, you know what I'm saying, when Eve, you know what I'm saying, pulling the head off and sucking the head of the crawfish and everything like that, dipping it in butter and all that. Eve doesn't get grossed out like that. And we have to examine that. You know what I'm saying? We have to examine that. Because these are filthy organisms, and the Most High God put them here for a reason. But it's already been 12 minutes, and we didn't move through the spirit. Hey, look, we're gonna get into it, man. Hey,
Got
tap that real quick. We're gonna go to that article, man. Right? Let's see. All right,
you see it, Ken?
Con.
Come on.
Right. So what we're gonna do is scroll down. Um, scroll down right there. All right. At diet and feeding. Okay, so it reads crayfish can eat both plant and animal matter, which makes them omnivores, like I said before, right? It says they feed mainly on fresh vegetation along with living and non living invertebrates, such as insects and snails. They also eat dead and decaying matter, right? So, that I mean, the most you see, we know how the Most High God feels about us, right? Eating the swine. Okay, so on the land you have the swine that eat dead and decaying matter, right? They clean the land. They keep the forest floor clean. They eat anything they can find. Well, when we go into the waters, we see that the crayfish, the crawfish, the crawdad, right, and the mud bugs, these is what clean the ocean floor. It says they may even feed on other crayfish that are still soft from having shed their outer layer. All right. So if you're not familiar with the term, right, it's actually called molting. Right. This is when the crayfish is, it's kind of like a snake, right? It's time to grow, so it's time to shed a shell. Well, when they're soft and vulnerable after shedding this shell, it says right here that crayfish tend to feed off of them as well, right? Scroll up for me, brother, and we can see that crayfish, all right, in Ontario tend to commonly inhabit lake and stream freshwater ecosystems. Okay, all right. It says they like to stay hidden among aquatic vegetation and muddy waters beneath rocks or in burrows within the sediment. All right, so this is where you can find them. It says they are most likely to be found along rocky or weedy shorelines in water and water less than 2 meters in depth. All right, though they can live in water as deep as 30 meters. All right, so we're living in shallow waters. All right, shallow waters. It says most crayfish live in fresh water, although a few species are known to survive in marine environments, all right, or salt water, in other words, right? And if you keep going down, right, you see some interesting facts and you see the life cycle of them in this particular article. All right, but that's all the information that I'm gonna gather from that article. You can exit out of there, King. I'm gonna get one more. We're gonna go to that. Click that next link in the notes for me. We're gonna watch this little video. Actually, let me see. This next one here. Bear with me. It's actually a article, Salaki. It's not a video. All right. Bear with me as I find the information I want to pull from this article. Right. So the next article, right, taps into what we love to eat with a cold beer, right, on Sunday, at Willie's and all of your little sports bar and grills. Oysters. Okay. Our people love to eat these things on some ice, and we have to understand how nasty and filthy, eating this shellfish is, man. Right. So if you click on that next article, and we're gonna share it here momentarily. Boom. There it is. Right. So here we have an article, and this is www.whoi.edu. All right. It's Oceanus. All right, it's an article on clams and oysters. All right, for fair use. All right. So zoom in for me real quick, brother, so that they can see the actual words. All right, we're gonna let's start right here in the second paragraph. It says nitrogen is an essential nutrient for plants and animals, but too much nitrogen, often from fertilizer runoff and septic tanks, boosts the growth of algae, which overwhelm water bodies and ultimately reduce oxygen levels in them. All right. Oysters, clams, and other shellfish are efficient filter feeders that help remove excess nitrogen from waters by incorporating it into their shells and tissue as they grow. Right. So these oysters, right, these clams, also that we love with a cold beer, right? Israel has to leave these organisms alone because what they do is they regulate the nitrogen levels uh, in the water, right? They regulate this, right, to provide nutrients for the plants and animals, a safe environment, right? So when we actually eat oysters and clams and the shellfish, right, we take away the efficient filter feeders, okay, and too much nitrogen, what it will do is it will, endanger the species that we can eat, right? So we have to take this in consideration, man. Not only are we, you know, defiling our bodies, okay, and of course, upsetting the Most High God and becoming abominable, right? We're actually taking food out of our mouth as well, right? This is what we can learn after looking at this, you know, at this article, right? It says that we actually in danger, okay, by eating these organisms because they help regulate the nitrogen, right? The next paragraph it reads: towns are considering seeding and growing shellfish as a way to reduce nitrogen levels in coastal waters because they are a cheaper and faster alternative to building sewers and wastewater treatment systems that could cost billions of dollars. said Joshua, Retzma, whatever heathen that is, right? So what we have to understand is they're actually wanting to sell us these abominable foods, okay, instead of just, us putting it down altogether, right? So we're eating the filtration system, and Esau, right, and these other heathen nations, they said, hey, look, we're going to actually grow, okay, grow some of these, you know what I'm saying? But it's getting too expensive to build sewers and wastewater treatment systems, right? But I mean, according to to the law here, Leviticus 11 and verse 9, it says not to eat them. So we actually see how these heathen nations are actually destroying this place, destroying their own kingdom, okay, by feeding us this crap, and we eating it like a delicacy. It says what? Reading on, it says adult oysters reportedly can filter up to 50 gallons a day, while large quahogs or hard clams can clean about 24 gallons of water a day. Right? So what we're sucking on and eating and calling a delicacy with a cold beer on Sunday while watching the football game, right? They're actually put here to actually clean the water, but we're eating it like a delicacy. We have to put these things down, right? To hell with Esau and his kingdom on how he can't afford to clean his water. We, all right, as the salt of the earth, right, as God's chosen, we have to pay very close attention to what we're putting into our bodies, man, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and yield to the brother. You can go ahead and get you an
Hey,
RA. You wanted to bring out
Salakia,
any?
King. I'm gonna build on your point. Salakia, we just gonna show everybody, right? Because we read it to him. But Jake, they gotta see to believe, right? Jake always looking for a sign. So here, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna stop sharing this, and we're gonna go this way real quick. Cause I be, I be at work showing people this stuff, and they be like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Check this out. Remember to see that?
Con, you good?
Fair use. Fair use. Water that came from the same source. One tank got oysters in it. The other tank don't. It don't even take long. What happened to all of that filth that was in that water?
Yep, 3 hours.
The tank full up. What happened? What happened to all that filth? Here, out of the mouth of two or three witnesses, right?
That's crazy. That was three
Fair
hours.
use. Yeah, fair use. What's happening to all of the filth in the water in the tank to the left?
It's crazy, man.
Over the last 8 months, we've been very busy cleaning up our waterways here in Bali.
I don't care what you're talking about, Esau. I don't care. Like I say, what's happening to all of that filth? We don't stop to think about these things. Hold on, let's get one more for good measure. Something short. Yeah, look at the water to the left. What's happening to all of that filth?
Golly, man. And we wonder why Gal look the way it looks, man. We wonder
I
why Gal
mean, like,
always want to, complain about how we don't want to go to the beach. It's dirty. Well, I mean, we eating the filtration system. On Sunday watching the game. or not even that. I keep saying watching the game. Yo, we eat this on Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Our people parking their behinds at a stool at a bar, right? Eating this stuff out of a plastic bag, right? So we tapped into, the crawfish, the crawdaddies, right? We actually looked at the oysters and what they're put here for, right? And how we eat these things. We eat in the filtration system of our water, right? Let's go to the notes and click that next link, King. We're gonna watch a video uh, on crawfish. One more on crawfish. It says, as my note here, I say, as we travel to Louisiana, we often see red nets sticking out of mud pits, right? So you see a whole bunch of swamps on the way to Louisiana coming from Texas, right? Um, I can't really speak on the other angles coming from other places. But as you cross into Louisiana, you see a lot of swamps, right? Well, you also see, mud pits, and you see little red stems coming out the ground. Those are actual mud bug traps. All right, you're passing up crawfish farms, right? Farmers set hundreds of traps a couple feet below ankle deep waters to catch these things. All right. So have you ever wondered, where the freshwater crayfish live? Right, where they live under logs and riverbanks, like we seen in that article. We're gonna um actually look at this video, right? Because I came up looking at river monsters, right? So go ahead, King, and play that video for me, Bobby Kashaw.
Come on, let's get it.
Maybe under this tree root.
Yes. The picture's coming through okay, but the water visibility is poor.
That goes in quite a way.
It's hard to tell what is down there.
It's going a long way in, a long way. There's something there that looks a bit like a claw, but it's just a branch coming out of there. I'm sort of expecting at any moment just to see.
And this is what you do, you spot claws.
Yeah. So that's what the first thing you like to see. Eh?
Yep, exactly. And you'll see unmistakable shape of a claw.
When
Salakia, real quick, fair use.
threatened, crayfish back up and face the danger head on, with claws raised, ready to attack.
It's hard to see under there, isn't it? You've got a countercurrent and all the debris is moving sort of
Eddy almost.
upstream.
The countercurrent is stirring up the water, reducing visibility, something I need if I'm to stand any chance of catching a giant crayfish.
Anything there? Problem is, there's all sorts of sediment on the branches, and this thing just knocks it all off and clouds it up.
Although the camera does provide us with a unique view, it's slow going in the murky water. So we decide to pack away the kit and try a different area.
Pause it real quick. What we can't do is just, disregard the fact that his camera can't even pick up, right, how it looks underwater. That's how dirty the damn water is where these crayfish live. And why? Because we eating it all. You understand? This water is so nasty and so dirty, his camera can't even pick up. You know what I'm saying? He can't even find none. Because we eating it all. Go ahead. You can, fast forward just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep it flowing real good. I want them to see how big these things get. Right? Not only where they live, but how big these things get, man.
No.
Facing
I
you.
can see the claw.
The head's
Head's this way.
going backwards.
Finally, after days of searching, I get my first glimpse of the largest and most powerful freshwater invertebrate on the planet. All I have to do is grab it.
get your hand behind the tail and slide up towards the head. Then they
Trying to
can't
look-
get their claws back and grab hold of you. She's facing towards that bank. Can you see her okay?
Not very well. God, I don't want to grab it in the wrong place, though, do I?
If I get this wrong, my hand could be crushed.
Is she facing downstream now?
Downstream.
Yep.
That way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you should be able to slide along a tail.
There. Yes. Yes. I've caught crayfish before, but nothing like this.
Slacky. I just want to throw up. Bro.
Yeah,
Let's just put it in context. Bro, that's a bug.
yeah.
That's a big damn bug, bro.
Oh, bro. And we don't even allow them to get that big because we too busy eating them.
Bro, what's the definition of abomination? Real quick. Let me go to my Merriam-Webster. Oh, goodness. I can't even think. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, man.
Abomination.
You actually keep watching, you know what I'm saying? I'm through with the video, but for those watching that video, dude, he says that they get even bigger than that.
Yeah, bro. It's the definition of abomination, right? Definition 1, something regarded with disgust or hatred, something abominable. Definition 2, extreme disgust and hatred. The Most High says, let's get it back in the law. Leviticus 11 and in verse 11, all right? No, verse 10. He says, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Meaning extremely disgusting and hated, right? So break it down like this. Let's say you at a restaurant or something like that, right? And all of a sudden a big ass cockroach just fall out the ceiling onto your plate. You're gonna be upset, right? You're gonna be disgusted. Now say the waiter, you tell the waiter about it, and the waiter's way to fix the problem is to either tell you to eat it yourself or he picks it up off your plate and he eats it.
Bro,
How you
yeah, I
gonna
mean,
feel?
like yeah, their job is to, you know, tr- really try to make things right and to ungross you up. But that's really it after that. It really is.
I'm gonna take it a step farther. What if you at this restaurant with your child and your child sees the roach and your child picks it up and eats it?
Oh my God.
How would you feel then? Not only are you gonna be extremely disgusted, but you're gonna be pissed off
Mm-hmm.
at your kid.
Mm-hmm.
How you think the Most High looking at us? Eating that crap we just saw this man pick up out this water. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Real quick. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, and verse number 6, right? Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler, right? Who's ruling this world right now? Well, we know that Esau is in Esau's hand. We just saw these two Edomites, right? Sit here and promote this bug to us. Verse 6, it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. Bro, this is disgusting. Like my stomach is kind of it's turning. It's turning. I mean, I'll be honest, there was a time when I was in the world and I did eat shellfish. But when you actually sit down and look at it, even back then, I was like,
I
nah.
know it. I know. I mean, like me, if I was to speak on it, I mean, at the time when I was eating, the coconut fish, the coconut fish, the coconut shrimp, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. If somebody was to come to me and tell me, those are the roaches of the sea, right? Look at the shrimp, they favor the roach. Look at the crab, it favors a spider. You know, if somebody was to bring that perspective to me, I honestly feel like, without even the knowledge of the commandment of Leviticus 11:9, I honestly could say, okay, I'm through now. But
Yeah,
it begins to be trifling out. You know what I'm saying? Because our people, that you could tell them these things and put it into perspective for them, but what do they do? Hey man, I'm gonna keep eating. I'm gonna keep eating them roaches. Them sea roaches good with some butter. Or you tell them, I'm still gonna eat my pork. Been eating it all this time. It starts to begin to be trifling.
yeah,
Our brothers, my brother Gabar and other brothers, they often tell us, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our people mop their floors. A lot of people should be mopping their floors, right? But imagine taking this mop water and drinking it. It's got flavor, right? Salty. You know what I'm saying? Would you drink that water after you done mop that floor? Because the mop is what used to clean the floor, right? The water, the bleach, everything like that, right? Its contents is used to clean that floor. Now, would you drink that mop water? Because that's what you're doing when you eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and all of these different crustaceans.
exactly, exactly, King.
I
Well, we saw the video. We saw the video what the oyster was doing to the
think,
water. Again, I asked the question, what was happening to that filth? It's in the oyster. Duh. Where do you think that filth is gonna go when you eat it?
I'll drink that water and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You drinking mop water, right? That's you floor. I'm gonna keep on drinking it. It's good mop water. It starts to begin to be trifling, bro.
Yeah,
But
man.
man, we're going on 40 minutes, man. Let's tap into the crabs, right?
Uh,
Because we didn't tap into the oysters. Our people love to eat oysters and they love to eat crawfish, right? So let's talk about the crab, right? Hit that link that says blue crabs, all right, in the notes, King. All right, so this is an article that shows one of the main popular sources of the crab on your plate, right? Chesapeake Island, right? Hit that link and show the people kind the water, right? So right here you have Chesapeake, right? All right. Let me go to it so I can read it. You zoomed in pretty well. They should be able to see that, right? So I'm gonna read it right here where it says why are blue crabs important, right? It says as both predator and prey, blue crabs are a keystone species in the Chesapeake Bay food web. All right, Chesapeake Bay. All right, that's where we at. This is the main source, one of the main sources, right? Where you get this blue crab that you love to eat, all right, with some butter sauce and with asparagus and some French fries and all that madness, right? It says blue crab larvae are part of the bay's planktonic Salakia community, serving as food for menhaden, all right, oysters and other filter feeders, all right. It says what? Juvenile and adult blue crabs serve as food for fish, birds, and even other blue crabs. All right, so you taking out of the mouth of other fish, right, and birds, right? It says
exactly, King. Where are you reading that?
right here underneath why are blue crabs important, right? The second bullet, you see it?
Mm-mm. Slovakia.
Hit that blue crab. When you hit the blue crabs link, should lead you to. Um, the Chesapeake Bay program.
Yeah, I'm on
This is Chesapeake.
Chesapeake. I'm on Chesapeake, but I don't see nothing about blue crab on here. Let's see if I searched it on their website.
Tell you what, see if I can share my screen one more time. Man, it sucks that I can't share my screen from working on my phone. You on another website? Look like King. You hit
No,
that link,
it's that
crabs.
Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, but it took me to just the main website.
Hmm. Hit that one where it says blue crabs. How are they? How are they doing? Might be the one right there.
Got it. Why are blue crabs important to Chesapeake Bay?
Huh.
We on there.
You know,
I need the thing to catch up.
I was lagging. Look at Satan trying to work, but the word got to come out.
Yeah, do.
Word got. All right, so I'm gonna keep reading for the people, man.
Uh,
Um,
Stop sharing and then start resharing.
yeah, that might help.
Um, got it.
Kind. Right. So I picked. I left off on the second bullet where it says juvenile and adult blue crabs serve as food for fish, birds, and even other blue crabs. It says striped bass, red drum, catfish, and some sharks depend on blue crabs as part of their diet. Soft shell crabs that have just molted are particularly vulnerable to predators. Next point says what? Blue crabs are among the top consumers of bottom dwelling organisms or benthos. They eat bivalves, clams or mussels or oysters, basically. Smaller crustaceans, freshly dead fish, plant and animal, detritus, and almost anything else they can find. Anything else they can find down there on the floor under that water is what they eat. And we're also eating the food of other fish that tend to be kosher, like striped bass, trout, right? These are the things, right? And red drum, okay? We're taking out of their mouths, right? So this right here is where you can find them, right? In Chesapeake Bay. That's one of the main sources, right? So when we go to the next one, you can kill that one, King. Go to the next link, right? And this
Video.
article tells us how, would you say,
Is it the video?
uh, uh, con, uh, no, it's an article. It said, you know what I'm saying? This article tells us how Chesapeake Bay is filthy due to the removing, right? And due to the eating of these blue crabs, right? We're actually removing what the Most High put in the water to keep it clean, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
on to cbf.org, right?
I see what happened. I see
Was
what
that you?
happened. The article for blue crabs wasn't in the notes. It just went straight to the
That's what.
Chesapeake Bay one. Cleanup efforts.
Uh, okay, I got you. Okay, well, that next link, hit that one, should take you to cbf.org, right?
Right now.
Oh,
This one right
like,
here.
let's see what you got. Uh, yeah, it looks like that's it. Con, right? So, like we said before, right? Chesapeake Bay tends to be the main, you know what I'm saying, one of the main sources where we get these crabs from. And let's tap into this article real quick and see what it says about Chesapeake Bay, right? Its condition, all right? So when we go to this article, right, it says what? 50 years after passage of the Federal Clean Water Act, bodies of water across the US are so polluted that huge areas are unable to support aquatic life. Human health is at risk and our economy is hurt. The Chesapeake Bay, right, main source where we get our snow crabs, one of the main sources, right? A popular location. It says has been on EPA's dirty waters list for decades, bruh. According to the Clean Water Act, states must develop a total maximum daily load, or TMDL, specifying the maximum pollution levels allowable to meet water quality standards for all waters identified on their dirty waters list. It says the Chesapeake Bay's it says the Chesapeake Bay is arguably the most studied large body of water on Earth. It says 40 years of intense scientific investigation by leading estuarine scientists have identified why the Chesapeake is degraded and how to fix it. It says no other water body in the world can boast this level of scientific understanding. It is an unusually complex ecosystem, but there is a great deal of scientific consensus on the causes of its decline. And it goes on and on and on. But what we have to realize is, right, that where we, you know what I'm saying, the very organisms, right, that we love and treat as a delicacy, man, these things have a job to do. And when we eat these abominable foods, right, because it's mainly us, man. It's mainly us, you know what I'm saying, eating these foods at a high level and killing ourselves, right? When we eat these foods, when we eat these organisms, you know, it kills us and it defiles the land that we live on. This is what we're taking in. We're eating a filtration system, and we have to really understand that and grasp that, right? We have to turn away from these things, man. Hey, click that YouTube link next, the next one, Ken. Right? So we're gonna watch a quick video real quick. Um, right? The crustacean that you consider a delicacy, all right, that is served with wine are actually they actual scavengers, man. Let me see here.
Bro.
Right?
You see it?
Yeah, I
Again,
edited
bro.
it now.
Again, ill.
Huh?
I said again, ill. Nasty.
Snow
Like
crabs are
daddy
large
long legs.
crustaceans that inhabit the cold North Atlantic and North Pacific Oceans. This includes the Sea of Japan to the Bering Sea and West Greenland down to Nova Scotia. Due to their size and abundance, they are targets for commercial exploitation. They are energetically restricted to cold waters. Extended exposure to temperatures greater than 45 degrees Fahrenheit can be detrimental to them. They prefer to inhabit soft mud bottoms at depths between 65 and 6,600 feet. Snow crabs are smaller than king crabs, another popular commercial crustacean. They have a hard, rounded shell, 4 pairs of walking legs, and 1 pair of claws. They will scavenge for food.
Salakia, that's a spider. Like, what the hell?
Bro, I'm telling you, it looks just like
Ew.
long legs, bro.
Yeah, dude.
It says
Ew.
they scavenge, and that's all praise to the Most High that you got the little caption on here right now. They will scavenge for food or eat just about anything they can catch. Right? That's just like the hog on land, right? That's just like the vulture in the air, man. But here we
Mhm.
have in the water. Now, would you come? Gaboy had kind of brung this out. Very phenomenal point. Very good, similar to I'll praise to the Most High. I was saying, hey man, would you eat a vulture? Kind of catch you a vulture, man. You know, take the feathers off, kind of cut that thing up and deep fry that joint. You gonna eat that? Hey man, it's all the same thing. We're talking about scavengers. We're talking about right the organisms that the Most High God put here to naturally clean where we dwell, and we kind of sucking the tail, man. Good right there. Get you some of that butt. Yo, man, how you know,
Oh,
but hey, gotta leave that stuff alone, man. Most High God has put things here that are kosher, that are clean, right? That have scales to help them move through the water better, right? To defend themselves from other sea creatures, right?
hey, real quick, your scales. Why are scales important? Like your brother say, help them move the water better, but that's also their version of pores. We know that the swine doesn't has very little sweat glands, if any at all.
Good point.
Your body releases toxins through your pores. The
Mm-hmm.
scales of a fish do the exact same thing.
See that? See that? You can let it go for about 60 more seconds, King, and we're gonna go to the next link.
Okay.
Or eat just about anything they can catch. This includes things like fish, crustaceans, sea urchins, worms, mollusks, and algae. Male Alaskan snow crabs can reach 6 inches in shell width, but females rarely grow larger than 3 inches. Males and females can be easily distinguished by the shape of their abdominal flaps. On males, this flap is triangular, and on females, it is rounded. Females can carry thousands of eggs, which they
Hold
brood for up to 2
on.
years. Eggs hatch into larvae in the spring when there is plenty of food in the water.
You don't want to eat nothing that baby is called a larvae.
Looking at these pictures, bro, and on the last slide that she showed us, right? This Edomite just showed us this picture, bro. That literally looks like those things, bro. That lands on you and suck the life out of you in these little sci-fi films, right? It kind of reminds me of this movie, man. I can't think of the name of it, but they would spawn in these big old, like, I can't even explain it, bro. It kind of reminds you of some Alien versus Predator type crap. Right? Look like it jump on you and suck the blood out, like, bro. And we boil these things up in some Cajun season and all of this, and we eat this like it's a delicacy, man. These things should gross us out, right? I said it before. We're supposed to hate what the Most High God hates. We're supposed to love what He loves. And we don't, our people don't get grossed out when we see pictures like this, man. That is a huge problem. Our people got to wake up and come back to these laws, man, and really understand what it is we're doing and what we're doing wrong, man. Right? Let's go to that YouTube, right? So that the next YouTube, not the Dungeness crab. We're gonna move on to shrimp, right?
I move on.
Because a lot of our people love shrimp, right? So it's been in these cartoons like for decades, right? A lot of the things that we should already know, it's been in our face in these cartoons for a while, right? So let's play this little short video from Nemo, right? What a shrimp really put here for, right?
Oh, which one is it?
It's from the ocean.
Fair use. Disney, I'm playing.
Ah, the ocean. The ocean! Ah! Oh, oh, he hasn't been decontaminated yet. Jacques! Oui. Clean in! Oui. Ocean! Ouh, la mer! Bon. Voilà, Yes, clean.
That's crazy. That was wild.
Welcome.
Hold on.
We're eating these organisms, bro. We actually had somebody take these shrimp, take these crabs, right, and put them underneath the microscope, and we see all of these different parasites moving around. So yeah, we boil the hell out of it. But who's to say that you know what I'm saying, that you kill every single parasite that is in this meat? You putting these things in your body. Hey, our people eat this stuff raw too, man. Right? Abominable foods, when we call it sushi, right? We eat eel and things of that nature, right? And we putting these parasites into our body because these organisms are responsible for cleaning, right? That shrimp said, where do you think all of that stuff going? He's consuming the parasites and the dirt that is on this fish. Go ahead, click the next link, King. We're going on an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hold them too long, right? So you can hit the next one. This article, all right, proves that shrimp is put here to clean the water, right? This is www.petmd.com, right? Go to this article, petmd.com, right? Is my not my internet tripping. See, I Satan work, right? So that was an aquarium shrimp, right? It says aquarium shrimp have become increasingly popular over the last few years. They add a new, fun element to aquariums and come in a range of colors and sizes, right? Skipping down, right, where it says some shrimp act as cleaners for other fish, right? Just how we seen in the video, it says there are many types of shrimp. Some species of aquarium shrimp are cleaners, such as the lismata, big word right there, right? Not finna struggle. Also known as the Pacific cleaner shrimp. This species of shrimp dances to attract fish by waving their antenna around. They then go into the fish's open mouth to clean off blood sucking parasites. The Pacific cleaner shrimp is one of the most popular types of shrimp for aquariums. Now, I understand, all right, this isn't the shrimp you be eating, but hey, man, all shrimp, all species of shrimp are put to here to clean the waters. This particular one, right, you put in your aquarium to clean other fish in there, right? When we go down further, it says shrimp will eat anything. It says, what do shrimp eat? And it says a lot. Okay, very plain, a lot. Okay? Read it says shrimps are scavengers and spend most of their time in the wild. All right, now we're talking about another species here, the wild. Okay, eating anything that's fallen down to the bottom of the waterbed. They are opportunistic omnivores, all right, which means they will eat both plants and animals, dead or alive. It says as larvae, shrimp don't have much of a choice about where they are carried with the water current, right? So they just, this is life. We go where we go and we eat whatever we can find, right? What we eat. And it says, so they eat whatever is floating along with them, which is usually plankton, microscopic plants, and animals. As they grow, shrimp will also eat algae, dead and living plants, worms, even decaying worms. It says fish, snails, and other dead shrimp, right? So we're also, cannibals as well. So, yeah. So that's what we're putting into our body. Okay, I understand, right, that we initially went to the aquarium shrimp that's put in different aquariums, but hey, shrimp, regardless of the species, they're put here to do the same job. That is to be scavengers in the water. All right, that is to clean other fish, and like you seen, right, which is the most disgusting thing yet, is to go into the mouth of another fish and to eat the blood sucking parasites. This is the diet of what we're putting into our body. the diet of the organisms that we're putting into our body. And we call these delicacies, right? They were put here for a purpose. I can't remember that precept, Brother Aharan, if he was here, he'll be able to tell you. But I think it's in the Apocrypha. I want to say First Esdras, I believe, where it says that we put the organisms here. Everything has its own purpose. Okay, everything has its own purpose. Okay, right. And we're gonna look at this last video, right? The very last link. And brother, if you would fast forward to minute 3 minute and 30 seconds. All right, and we're gonna watch it up until the 5 minute and 30 second mark, and then we'll wrap it up there, right? If you will, Baba Kasha. Right. So here we're gonna see a shrimp and a crab fighting over a meal. All right. It's
That's
just
neat.
nasty. Just watch. Ooh, man. Watching a movie should just do something to your spirit. It automatically takes me to a scary movie or a sci-fi movie. These things should make your skin crawl, man. Not people just slurping on this stuff with all kind of juice and nasty, man. It is bad for us, man. We gotta leave this stuff alone. So here you can see an action actually clean up the ocean floor. Hold on, what you got there, man? Let me get some of that. Old shrimp coming along. Yo, that's kind of like the coyote and lion. You know what I'm saying? Coyote trying to get, or the fox, if you will. The fox is trying to get I'm trying to get my little piece. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, here come the crab.
Bro, that's so disgusting, bro. Israel, why are you eating that? Why are you eating this?
Same thing that go for a raccoon. You know what I'm saying? Raccoon, you find them at the bottom of a dumpster. But our people strip them clean and frying them up. Uh-oh, shrimp, time to go. What we eating, man?
That's you. You.
Going straight to the guts too, man.
Legit.
Let them clean, Israel. You can kill it right there, King. I can't watch no
Oh,
more.
yeah, me
I
neither.
can't watch no more.
That's
This is what we eat, man. This is what we putting into our bodies. Let them clean. Let them do their work that the Most High God gave. Look, the Most High God gave us a job. Most High God gave the crab a job, right? Gave Esau a job. We all have our jobs here, okay? Let them do their job. Their job is to clean the water, right? Let them be, man. Did you have any points, King?
yeah, yeah. Here, let me get this real quick.
Con.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse number 6. Right? What we have to understand, right? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. Now, why did I bring that up? All right. At the end of the day, he gave us the law for wisdom. And that's to be our knowledge and our understanding, right? Like we said in the beginning, Brother Aharan already did an entire lesson on this same channel about the dietary law. And it was our duty, it was on our spirit today to kind of further that lesson simply just by showing you what it is that the Most High is trying to protect you from, right? This is wisdom. This is that strength that the Most High is talking about, right? That strength of salvation. You're not going. You all you can expect from eating these things is just death. Why would you want to eat this stuff in the first place? It looks disgusting. They do disgusting things. Why would you want that stuff? Why would you want that in your bodies? To defile your temple, right? It's contrary to popular belief. Defiling your temple ain't just going into smoking or doing drugs, right? It's going into what you're putting in that temple. It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Right? The wages of sin is death. Eating this stuff. And like the brother brought out earlier, our people eat it at a high level, at an extreme clip. Why do you think we're always having to go to the doctors by the time we 50? And they telling us we have high blood pressure, hypertension. We got to slow down on the sodium. We got to slow down on the pork. We got to slow down on the shellfish. It's because we've been killing ourselves our whole lives by filling our temples with crap. Literally. That's not even a figurative statement, right? But before we close out, I know there's a section of you that felt safe by thinking we was going to leave this out. And share my screen. See that, King?
Screen black.
Screen black.
Con.
You see it?
Okay, there you go.
All right. So again, we go back to the law. Leviticus 11 and 9. It says, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales. Right? A catfish has fins, but if you look at it, it does not have scales, right? This will be one of those things that is forbidden in the law to eat. Right? Let's learn a little bit about the catfish. Let's see. I'm gonna jump down to. We'll start right here. Well, I'm gonna start right here because that was kind of funny when I read it earlier. It says, "Lucky. I remember the very first time I heard about the dangers of catfish. It was in 2012 at Daystar Leadership Academy. It was one of those days we had lectures on health, and it was a doctor that came to take that class. I can't remember his name now, but I remember him saying, cook catfish and leave it overnight in your pot and tell me what you notice in the morning. I didn't understand because I never liked that fish. To me, each time I see it at the market, it feels like I'm looking at a snake. Right? It says by next class, some catfish lovers came with their results. They all agreed that the surface of their soup had sort of coagulated. Oil palava. Now, if you don't know what coagulated is, that means that there's a resin, like a solid sediment, which had floated to the top and kind of conjoined together. It had like a literal solid layer had formed over the top of the liquid. Right? And he said, and he made a statement I will never forget. He said, may you not point and kill yourself because you want to point and kill to eat catfish. Sounds funny, but it's stuck in my head like a leech. Medical experts say, Salakia, that if you must eat catfish, the Most High, remember, the Most High says that don't eat catfish. But medical experts say that if you must eat catfish, it must not be more than twice a month. And even at that, it must be sea caught, not farm bred. I think that it's the one we call overcooked fish. Please, if you have, says, please, if you have a heart related issue, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, etc., or you suffer from any inflammatory disease like arthritis, you have no business eating catfish. Again, the Most High says you have no business eating catfish to begin with. But what makes catfish so dangerous, right? Catfish, like all the other animals that we brought out today, are also bottom feeders, right? They're different in that they're not shellfish, but they're still bottom feeders. And what does being a bottom feeder do to the catfish? It says catfish contains omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. Omega-3 is very much needed by the body, but not omega-6. But omega-6 is pro-inflammatory, right? Meaning that it causes inflammatory disease. Now you see why you should not be eating it if you have any inflammatory disease. This is where the problem is. Catfish contains much more omega-6 fatty acids than omega-3 fatty acids. So the equation is not balanced. If it had more omega-3 than omega-6, maybe it can pass knowing that the omega-3 will nullify the effect of the omega-6. But alas, that ain't the case. That's how you know Jay wrote this. I'm going to say ain't. It says when cholesterol is high, the flow of blood is truncated and clotting can occur. That same thing that they saw in that pot, that coagulation, that's what clotting is, right? Clotting leads to cardiac arrest, heart attacks, thrombosis. Generally, fish contains oil, but catfish is overloaded with bad fat and high cholesterol, not to mention the fact that most cultivated catfish are filled with steroids, hormonal feeds, and fattening chemicals, or carcinogens. And the carcinogen is just something that causes cancer. It says catfish contain a lot of bad fat that causes not only obesity, but also settles in the bloodstream. Again, that coagulation. This is very dangerous because when blood fails to get to certain body organs, paralysis of that organ is inevitable. That being said, if you must eat catfish, and again, the Most High say don't eat it, just see it as a cheat day for you. But I beg you, if you have heart issues, inflammatory disease, or diabetes, please stay away from catfish. Right, and we can drop it right there. Right. So just in case you thought it was safe to eat the catfish, no. Right. Let me get a precept. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 65. And I'm going to start at verse 3. Right. It says, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things is in their vessels, right? That coagulated soup that we was just talking about. What does the Most High say he's going to do about that, right? It says, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are the people that when we tell them, hey, the Most High say, don't eat these things. These are people that say that they're going to continue to eat it. This is who that's talking about, right? It says, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. Think about how angry, think about how angry the Most High is when he's saying that these people are like smoke in his nose. When you get smoke in your nose, it's not a good feeling. Like you, it's literally a headache. These people are a headache. It says, behold, it is written before me. I will not keep silence, but will recompense into their bosom. That sounds like heart disease, right? Hypertension. Says your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith the Most High, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. At the end of the day, the article just read, heart-related issues, hypertension, cardiovascular disease. Well, the Most High already told you in His Word what's going to happen to you when you continue to eat these abominable foods. He's going to tell you what part of your body He's going to attack when you eat these abominable foods. So at some point, we have to ask ourselves, why are we eating it? And with that, I yield. The brother kind of jumped off a little bit, but Israel, I hope that you really take these things seriously. Yeah, we may have had some laughs on here, but it was our intention to actually give you visuals as to why these things are bad. I mean, I don't, just speaking for me, I was on the other side looking in, and I saw the things that were presented today. Ain't no way in hell I'm touching that stuff ever again. No way. Like,
Kind. Some mighty points brought out by the brother, right? Some very, very mighty points. Hey, Lord willing, somebody was watching this video. All right, we'll watch it, in the coming days and be edified, right? Hey, Israel, we have to leave these abominable foods alone, man. All right, it's killing us, and more importantly, it's upsetting the Most High God and it's making him turn his nose up, right? Lord willing, y'all was watching this video, right? And it did something to your spirit, right? It did something to your spirit. We love you, right? And until next week, hey, we say shalom.
shalom, shalom.